So exactly 1 week ago, I made a video on this. This is just my outdoor fire alarm system. I have system in quotations because it's really just one device in a pull station, hardly considered a system. It's really cool. I pull it, it goes beep beep. Nothing too special, pretty cool to have. But honestly, I wanted to make it a real system by adding another notification appliance. So if we go across my yard, there just so happens to be this tree here. There's actually a bunch of trees, but this one happens to be in a perfect location. It's pretty tall, covered in leaves and everything, so there would be a lot of shade for the alarm, and it would be a good place to mount another device. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have a bunch of extra speaker wire, so what I've started to do is use a shovel, and I've been digging up this little line. It's basically just a natural conduit, and it might look a little normal, but in reality, I'm just digging up these little flaps right here so I can kind of open it, and I'm just gonna put the wire and then run it all the way over there. All right, so it's about an hour later. I finally finished running the wire. It looks a little ugly, but you can't really tell that much. And then as you can see, when you get to the bush, it becomes a little more noticeable. You can see the wire is actually right here. It's just regular old speaker wire I don't have a use for. And then it comes up, goes into that box, and to this device. Basically how I did that is I just took a wire and then ran it from this device down and then over to the other device that I'm going to add. Well, doesn't that look pretty cool? I just finished adding this device. Basically how I did that was I used regular weatherproof conduit. This is just standard 1/2-inch conduit, I believe. You can get it for like $1.50 each at Lowe's. Also, something that I'd like to mention is that this is a weatherproof device. However, it's not on a weatherproof box, so it's secure on there, but it's not watertight, and I'm not too concerned because even though it just rained, as you can see, there is a whole canopy of leaves up there. And also, if you look around, all the trees are not wet, and this device is actually pretty much dry. Maybe a little bit of moisture, but I'm sure it's not water damaged. I do have a box on the way for this device. So it's going to be installed soon. I will make a video updating everybody just so they can not be concerned anymore, but I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. So if we go down a little bit, you can see I just attached it here with the finest Torx brass screw. I'm just kidding, but it is a pretty good screw, and then it just attaches to the tree here. Don't worry, the tree will be fine. This is a huge tree, probably a couple 100 years old. I don't know, maybe not that much, but it's not going to care at all. Don't worry about it. And you might realize that there was actually a hole right here from a long time ago. There was actually a fire extinguisher right here, and actually I found a little location for it. So this is the fire extinguisher that used to be there. It's mostly there for the meme, but as you can see, it's pretty busted and everything, still fully charged. But the funny thing is, this tree actually has a little hole in the back where I can just stick the extinguisher. So from now on, I'm gonna stick that there for the meme. All right, so the wiring is complete. There's only one last thing to do. Moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Well, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. One moment, please. Alright, it's time for a story of my idiocy. The reason why the system wasn't working was because the pull station switch was not activating. So I spent like an hour going through the yard, digging up all the wires, seeing what was wrong. And then I opened the pull station and I see that the switch just bounced back, and that's why it wasn't working. So yeah, if you ever think you're an idiot, just remember that I spent an hour and a half digging up wire only to realize that the pull station was the issue and not the wiring. Lovely. Alright, so you notice that I have muzzled all the MTs, and the reason I'm doing that is because MTs are really loud and I don't want to piss off the neighbors. So yeah, now let's do it for the actual moment of truth. So this one clearly worked. Can't see it that well, but this one is flashing and sounding. Cool, it works. Now let's rip off the tape. Alright, so let's face it, alarms that have tape on them are no fun, so I'm going to take off the tape for just 5 seconds, and I'm going to activate the alarm just so you can see how it sounds.